How you doing? I'm excited here today. I am about to go into an all-time classic. That's right. I'm going to give you guys the breakdown of this puppy right here. Think and Grow Rich, right? Napoleon Hill classic. And I am going to break down the book and I'm going to get really deep into the 13 principles. That's right. There are 13 principles that you must master in order to get the most out of this book. And this is a book I read it frequently because there's so many keys. As you can see, this book is really beat up and falling apart. I'm gonna have to order me a couple more versions of this so I could have it everywhere I go. But to get into this book, I am telling you guys that now is the time. Now is the time to pandemic proof your life. You've had about a month and a half, about 40 days, maybe less, that you've been on lockdown and you should have been growing. But it's not too late, guys. It is not too late. So I'm telling you guys right here, right now, that tune in, subscribe, check me out because I am going to be breaking down some books that you need to have in your library. And if you're not a reader, just follow along, guys. Follow along, take some notes. You'll grow, and I'll give you the education you need to get the life that you want. Okay, so here we go. We're going to jump right into the whiteboard. All right. As you guys always know, I call this cycle right here the pandemic proof your money and change your life. Because guess what? As Napoleon Hill said in his first chapter, as he started off in Think and Grow Rich, thoughts are things. Thoughts are things, guys. Thoughts create the life that you want, right? Thoughts are powerful things when they are mixed with, this is Napoleon Hill, thoughts are powerful things when they are mixed with a definite of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for this translation for its translation into riches and other material. Now, do you guys understand that? Right? Thoughts are powerful. Uh, Most of the time, most of us, we don't direct our thoughts. We just allow thoughts to come into our mind and to occur and to happen, and we don't direct them in a definite purpose. Our thoughts should have a meaning behind each of them that relates to our goal. Our mind should be consumed, that's right, consumed with creating the life that we want to have for ourselves. And once we create the life that we have want to have for ourselves, should be continuing our thoughts to help others create the lives that they want for themselves by teaching them the philosophies that we have learned. That is how we do it, guys. I grow from someone who taught me, and now I teach you, and you grow. And when you grow, you teach somebody who you would like to grow. And we continue this process on so we can all start to live the life that we want. But it all starts in our thoughts. Thoughts are things. Now, Napoleon Hill in the book Think Grow Rich, he starts off the chapter with a story about Edward C. Barnes. Now, Edward C. Barnes had in his mind that he wanted to have a partnership with Thomas Edison, inventor Thomas Edison. Now, during the time, he did not know Thomas Edison at all. So he went out on a limb and took a train ride, cargo train, as a matter of fact, he sat in the back, and arrived at the steps of Thomas Edison. Now, his appearance was that of a hobo, right? Napoleon Hill calls it tramp. He looked like a tramp when he showed up at Thomas Edison's house and told him that he planned on going into business with him. Now, obviously, it was not his looks or his clothing that got Thomas Edison to give him a nod, not an immediate partnership, but a chance to get started with him. See, it was that determination, that burning desire, and his definiteness of purpose that Thomas Edison saw in this guy's eyes, which allowed him to at least get started. Now, understand the process, guys. During his process, he didn't immediately get what he desired from Thomas Edison. It took some time. It took some time, but during the entire time that he was working for Thomas Edison, he still kept in his mind the definite purpose and the burning desire to have a partnership with Thomas Edison. So understand, guys, even when you are working towards something and it doesn't happen immediately, you still have to keep that fire burning, that burning desire to have what you want. You have to stick to it, guys. It is so key and so important. Now, um, a lot of people they don't have that. A lot of people, when they don't get something immediately, they turn into crybabies. They pretty much they give up, they stomp off, and go and pout in the corner because they didn't get what they wanted immediately. They're in that microwave type. I put it in and put a minute of work in, and I expect to get the results that I want because I wanted it. You didn't truly want it because if you truly wanted it, you would have put toward it the desire that would have you do whatever it takes to get it. That is that burning desire, whatever it takes, right? Think about that as I go through this and go to my notes. Think about whatever it takes and how deep whatever it takes can mean to you in certain circumstances of getting the things that you want. Now, time went by, as I said before, and it never faded. His desire never faded. But, right, here we go. And this is part of the story. When opportunity came to Mr. Barnes, it appeared in a different form and from a different direction than he expected. That is how opportunity is, guys. When you think you're down, when you think you've lost, right, is usually the time when opportunity shows up. Now, as Napoleon Hill says, this is one of the tricks of opportunity. That's what it does to you. It tricks you. It has a sly habit of slipping in the back door, and often it comes disguised in the form of misfortune or temporary defeat. Now, how many times has that happened to you guys where you felt you were defeated and instead of pressing on, you gave in, you gave up? Man, that is a hard thing to do, guys, because you were probably really close to having the life that you want, right? But here's Edward C. Barnes. This is what he did. But when he got the opportunity, right, it came in the form of Edison's company's sales were not developing or I don't know, increasing in his new machine that he created, a dictation machine. And Edward C. Barnes saw the opportunity to partner with Edison and sell the dictation machine. So Edison took him in as a partner and they split it. And the money that he made through the sales of the dictation machine made him millions in his partnership. And that's why a lot of people, you see opportunities and it's not the opportunity that you originally thought you were going to get. And you turn around and you walk away because you feel that you were defeated. Guys, opportunity is it's a chameleon. It can come in any shape, form, or fashion, and you have to be ready for it when it comes. So that mindset is the key. Now, one of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting when one is taken over by temporary defeat. I just said this, guys. Now, everyone has been guilty of this. I've been guilty of this far too many times, right? I feel that I was defeated in something that I wanted to do, that I wanted to achieve in my life. It's mostly during my younger years, in my 20s and 30s, when I thought that I was working hard. And I'm going to explain this to you guys a little later. I thought I was working hard toward a goal, when the fact of the matter is, I was just working hard. All right, I'll break that down and explain it to you a little later on, and as I get into this, guys. But it is a difference between working hard for a purpose and working hard to achieve your goal. Right? Don't just be spinning your wheels, being busy out there, guys. Now, another story, and Napoleon Hill uses several stories to make his point in this first chapter of Thoughts of Things. And another story, he's talking about the uncle of R.U. Darby, who was during the gold rush decided to go out there and mine for gold. So he spent thousands on the equipment, and he went out there with his uncle, and they started mining for gold. And bang, they hit gold, and they were mining for gold, and they were excited. And the gold was coming in faster than they could process it. And they knew that they were going to be millionaires. All of a sudden, they lost the vein of gold, and they dug everywhere and they could not find it. They couldn't find the gold. So what did he do? He quit. He took all his equipment, gave it to a junk dealer, right? And when he gave all his equipment to a junk dealer, the junk dealer said, "Well, hey, this is mining equipment for gold. And the gold rush is coming, it's here. It's here and now." But R.U. Darby had already given up. So what he did not do was, when in doubt, guys, seek professional help. When in doubt, seek the help from someone who knows. And that is what the junk dealer did. He didn't know about mining and didn't start to assume that he could figure it out on his own. So he went to someone who mapped out exactly where he needed to dig to find the vein of gold that was lost by R.U. Darby. And the junk dealer hit it, hit the vein of gold, and became a multi-millionaire from that same gold mine. R.U. Darby was only 3 feet away from the vein of gold when he quit. And that is a lesson that he took with him into his later on in his career in selling insurance. He basically said that he will never, ever again stop 3 feet from gold. And his philosophy in insurance was, he will never, ever stop when a man says no. That philosophy made him one of the wealthiest insurance men of his time. He made millions. So he learned his lesson, and from that lesson, he used that lesson to take with him through the rest of his life. I'm telling you guys to do the same thing. Okay. Now, one sound idea is all you guys need. So don't think that you need tons of ideas to figure out how to become wealthy, and that is the ticket. No, get one sound idea, and through this book and the principles that you're going to learn, you are going to have the tools, right? The tools that you need to get that creative process going, so you can think of useful ideas, because that is what happens, right? When you start to read good books and good material and listen to people explaining and breaking down things that you may have missed in your reading, such as I'm doing right now with this Think and Grow Rich, you guys can start to get those creative juices going and think of useful ideas that can create millions for you. Now, here's a quote, and I want to type this out, and I'll type it out, guys, over here. When riches begin to come, and I want you guys to see this. When riches begin to come, they come so fast, so quickly, that is, in such great abundance that one would wonder where they have been hiding during all those lean years. Now, the reason why I'm writing this, guys, is because I want you to just look at it and stare at it as I talk to you and read it over and over again as I go through this lesson. Now, this is in chapter 1, and we haven't even gotten into the principles yet. But I want you guys to see this, and I want you guys to read it, and I want you guys to understand. Right? When it happens for you, it happens fast. People have a tendency to think that it's going to be a whole lot of hard work, when the fact of the matter is, riches begin with a state of mind, a definite of purpose, and with little or no hard work. Understand that, right? Little or no hard work. Now, the words in this book and your desire will allow you to acquire that state of mind that you need in order to acquire the riches and objects that you want in life, right? One of man's greatest weaknesses is how familiar he is with the word impossible. Let me write that down for you guys too, because I think that is key. So, one of man's greatest weaknesses is how he is familiar with the word impossible. How familiar are you with the word impossible, guys? Think about this. I want you guys to have a moment to think of how many times somebody did something and you were like, "Oh man, that's impossible. How did he do that? That's incredible." Now, people do things that are incredible that take skills, but something that my mentor taught me was to stop putting people on pedestals. Don't put people on pedestals and think that something is impossible, and it's not something that you can do, right? It is all about reps and sets. Reps and sets. Reps and sets change your life, guys. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna write this on the side. This is not even in the book, but my mentor told me this, and it's powerful. And I'm gonna put it over here with reps and sets, guys. Reps and sets. Reps and sets will change your life. You can get good at anything if you are willing to put in the time and the hours and the work that it takes. If you are going to be good as someone else, you'll have to put in double the work that they put in. That's just what it is, guys. It's a matter of putting in the time and having the determination to get better at whatever they're doing, whatever you would like to do, that is. Okay, so let's go on. Success comes to those who become success conscious. This is obvious, guys. If you have a success mindset, you will become successful because that is in your consciousness. Failure comes to those who allow themselves to become failure conscious. If you keep failure on your mindset, you are going to continually fail. And when I'm saying this, guys, what I mean is this: if you're doing something, but you're continually worried that you're going to fail, that is causes failure consciousness. It's in your mind already. Oh man, uh, I want to win this sales competition at my job, but I'm probably not going to win because there's so many more better salesmen than me. Right? I want to start this business, but most businesses fail. I want to meet this girl, but she's probably going to reject me. And this is how people go through their life each and every day with a failure consciousness. They don't have that success mindset. So 99.9% of the time, when they try something, they're going to fail. That 0.1% is luck, and somebody may luck out. But most of the time, the people who succeed are the people who are success conscious and have the confidence of working on their mindset. So that's how they think each and every day in everything that they do. Okay. Another weakness found in altogether too many people is the habit of measuring everything and everyone by their own impressions and beliefs, right? See, these people, when you start measuring everything based on your impressions, your beliefs, your experiences, I talked about it before when I went over the 7 habits of highly effective people. You lose perspective because you have to first seek to understand and then be understood. Guys, all of these lessons start to blend together to make you a better person. And you are going to be a better person, a more powerful person, and you are going to come out of these lessons having so much more knowledge and have moved forward dramatically. This is the one. This is the life changing one. This book right here, Think and Grow Rich, it has changed my life over and over and over again to each level. Peel back another level of that onion, okay, and made me a better person. And peel another layer back and make me a better person. You are that onion, guys. You are that onion. You will have many layers, many layers of programming that you have to get through in order to become successful. So we're going to work on that programming. Now, we refuse to leave, and I must write this down as well. Bring it over here. Here you go. And this is us. We refuse to believe that which we do not understand. We foolishly believe that our own limitations are the proper measure of limitations. Look at that. This is what we do. We think that what we think are limits to us are limits for everybody. And the world just doesn't work like that. It doesn't operate like that. All right. You have to step out of that. I'm going to write this quote down, and it is a powerful quote. I'm going to put it in notes right here. I'll get to that later. Fix my little board. Starting to shift here. There we go. And this note is going to say, I am the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. And that is by Henley. Now, in saying that, guys, this is true times 10. We are the master of our own fate and the captain of our soul. And the reason why we are is through our thoughts. Our thoughts are what create the life that we want. And that is why the statement is so profound. We have the power to control our own thoughts. And through that power is where we generate whatever direction our life is going to go. We choose it through our thought. If you have a poverty mindset, you're going to be poor, period. If you were programmed into having a poverty mindset, then that's what it is. You were programmed into it. But you have to take steps to deprogram yourself, peel back those layers of the onions, like I talked about, and step out of that type of life, right? Our brains are magnetized, right, with the dominating thoughts which we hold in our minds, and by means with which no man is familiar, by the way, these magnets attract to us forces, people, and circumstances of life which harmonize with the nature of our dominating thoughts. And a matter of fact, that is so good that I'm gonna write that down at the end for you guys to see. You can screenshot this and keep it forever. So this is the power of our minds, guys. The power of our mind is full. It is incredible if used properly. And most of us don't use our minds the way we should. We go about and let other people thoughts control our actions. When the fact of the matter is if you're a captain of a ship, guys, think about it. If you're a captain of a ship, would you let the deckhand steer the ship through a storm? No, guys, it's not how you do it. Your life is that vessel, okay? And you have to steer it in a direction that is most beneficial to you so that you have a good life. That's what it is, guys. All right. So, so our brains, right? And this is Napoleon Hill. Our brains become magnetized. With the dominating thoughts which we hold in our minds, right? And by means, now, by the way, he said by means when he's saying which no man is familiar with, meaning we don't know why this happens. Make this smaller, guys, so I can continue to write here. By means which no man is familiar, right? And he goes on to say these magnets that we created they attract to us the forces, the people, and the circumstances of life, which harmonize with the nature of our dominating thoughts. Got all that in there? That was good. That was good. All right. So listen, guys. This is chapter one, and it's brief. This is going to be a short, just an introduction to the Think and Grow Rich. I am going to be getting into tomorrow. We're going to be talking about chapter number two, which is desire, and that is one of the first principles of the 13 principles. So as I do my circles, I like to leave you guys something constructive so that you guys can do today in order to just make improvements so that when you go into the first principle on tomorrow on design, you guys are ready to rock and roll. So the first thing you guys need to do is I want you guys to think of something that you desire. Think of something you desire, guys. And the reason why I want you to think of something you desire is because I want you to think of something you truly, truly want, something deep in your mind that you've always wanted. It could be money, it could be a house, it could be a car, it could be anything that you desire. And the next thing I want you to do is to write down how long have you desired that? How long have you desired it? I found a goal that I wanted and I saw a date on it and it was 2009. When I saw it, I was really disappointed in myself because I said I must have truly not wanted that because I let that desire for that goal dissipate in my mind and I stopped moving toward it, right? I let other things that people wanted me to do, right? Be it a boss who dictated my time or whomever, right? Friends and social gatherings. I let all of that stuff get in the way. Guys, if you have a burning desire, you can't let all that stuff get in the way. You have to have a true burning desire. But we're going to talk about that. Okay. Now, how long have you desired that? And lastly, guys, why haven't you achieved it? And why haven't you achieved it? So, guys, I want you to answer those three questions. And tomorrow, when we get back to this, we are going to talk about desire, guys. Desire, it is. And if you guys want to read ahead on desire and you guys want to get the book Think and Grow Rich, you guys go ahead and do that. But understand this whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. Written right here by Napoleon Hill. See that? So we're going to be getting into desire right here tomorrow, and that is 15. So we only got 15 pages in today, and this book is looking exciting, guys. So continue to check me out. Make sure you guys subscribe, and we're going to continue to learn. We're going to go through about 150 books this year, I think. So we'll see. That is my goal to go to 150 books with you guys this year. So I'll talk to you later. You have a great night. All right. Bye bye.